What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the New York Knicks franchise here on NBA 2K21 Next Generation. Some bad news to start out today's episode, as I thought I was recording game number 7. I had pressed the record button, and unfortunately it never actually recorded, so it was an epic freaking Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. 110-108. We come away with the win. I will show you every single shot that was made right here. Full game all the way to the end. Through the third quarter right now, you can see that we were in front by a good little bit in the third quarter, but the Celtics closed the gap, took a lead at one point. It was battling back and forth. It went into the fourth quarter as a tie game. We took a nice 9-point lead. The Celtics battled back to tie it, and you can see they were winning by 3 with 5:04 to play. And we were actually winning by 2 with 1:32 to play. It was a very back-and-forth game, an absolutely epic game number 7 to the Eastern Conference semifinal. We'll take a look at the final totals of points. This is actually, you can tell here, the end of the game that I actually was playing, and didn't notice that it didn't record until I got to this box score, but you can see Tatum and Kemba Walker were the big players in the game for the Celtics. Williams played 28 minutes, only had 2 points and 10 boards. LaVine, though, he played amazing, 29 points for us. Colin Sexton had 20 points, 5 assists. Juice Manley hit 6 threes in the game in 13 minutes, 17 points for Kira Lewis, 10 and 5 boards for Obi Toppin. Jared Allen didn't score, but he had 16 rebounds, and we needed that. So going into the conference finals, I was very dejected, I have to be honest with you, because that was such a great game, and I was so mad that it did not record. We're going into this series against the Milwaukee Bucks, and I decided that I was just going to super sim them until, it was a close game in the fourth quarter and jump in any close games, just because I was just so angry. You got to understand when you work really hard to record a game for an hour, you expect that it's actually going to record, and for some reason my Elgato 4K60 just decides sometimes to just not record. But we took game number 1, 138-126 behind Zach LaVine's 26 points, 22 for Colin Sexton, 22 for Carter Galt, 17 points for Cecil Gordon in his 11 minutes. Obi Toppin had 12. Juice Manley had 12. He continues to play well for us. And for them, it was Reese Mills, who is their big new star, 22 points, 10 assists. Dante DiVincenzo had 22 points for them. Andre Drummond had 13. So did Dougie McBuckets, and Derek Favors had a bunch of rebounds. So we went into game number 2 and went to Simcast this game. And like I said, I would jump into any really close games at the end of the fourth quarter, give you guys some gameplay. But as you can see, looking to get close games, it's like a 5-point game, and then it just went haywire from there, and we took a 17-point win, 118-101 with a very big fourth quarter. Colin Sexton had 26 points. Carter Galt had 24 points himself on 9 of 12 shooting. He played really, really well. Carter Galt becoming a star in front of our very eyes this postseason, I believe. 15 for LaVine, 12 and 13 for Jared Allen. Juice Manley had 5 points. He didn't shoot all that well in this game. Reese Mills put up 30 points for the Milwaukee Bucks, but it wasn't enough. And as you can see, Giannis doesn't even play for that team anymore, in case you didn't know that. But Milwaukee Bucks still getting to the conference finals against us. And then here we go in game number 3. This to take a 3-0 series lead. First game in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee just blew us out of the water in this second and third quarters. We came back a little bit, but in the fourth, they brought it right on back and hammered this thing home. They were up by over double digits and then up by about 9 with like 3 minutes to go. Really not worth jumping in this game for disappointment. So we lose by 8 points, 110-102. Zach LaVine had 15. He was our leading scorer. And Obi Toppin had 15 as well. So that's not really going to get it done. Usually our leading scorer has 20 in wins. So really wasn't a great game for us. 10 points, 16 boards for Jared Allen. Coleco getting himself close to a double-double again. He likes to do that. Reese Mills led the way for them, though, again, 32 points, 20 for Holiday to help them out, and the Bucks just come away with a win in game number 3 to make it a 2-1 series. Could they tie it up at 2 going into game number 4? That we would find out. But look at this. We're blowing them absolutely out of the water. There is literally no reason to ever jump in that game. 144-109. We took it to him 100%. Obi Toppin near a double-double. He had 30 and 9. 25 and 7 for Zach LaVine. He also had 4 boards, 3 assists. Double-double there for Jared Allen as well. And just an absolutely dominant game by our New York Knicks. Chris Middleton led them with 25. Reese Mills only 19. Maybe if he had some more points, they would have done a little bit better, because they usually do when Reese Mills can hit that 30-point range. But here's an opportunity to close out the series in just game number 5. At home, Madison Square Garden, that's where you'd like to get it done. Bucks had a little bit of a lead after the first half. It was a 1-point lead for the Knicks, but then that third quarter, woo-wee, 42-24. We got a shot to close it out. We're up 10. This is mostly just a formality, but I wanted to get some gameplay at some point in this episode. So, sue me. Here is a point. Nice little bucket for the Knicks, and then Zach LaVine. Look at this take. Look at the dunk by Zach LaVine. Just absolutely killing it. 124-110 the score later on. Here's Jared Allen on the inside, but he's going to pass it out to Obi Toppin. Then back over to Allen. Back to Obi for 3. Drained, and that is the dagger. You need no more points at 127-110. Just no shot. Later on, 129-110, and the Bucks do get a corner 3 from Holiday. But it's 129-113. What can they possibly do? As that is going to be it. In the Eastern Conference Finals, we run right through the Milwaukee Bucks. They absolutely had a freight train hit them, and I really didn't expect to win the series in 5. I did not expect Simcast to give us those wins so easily. I thought we would have some really, really close games in this series. But again, no Giannis. I can kind of see Colin Sexton, Zach LaVine, Obi Toppin kind of doing their thing, whether it was one or the other leading us in scoring at any point. But there you go, Eastern Conference champions. That has not been seen at Madison Square Garden in a really long time, since that 99-2000 season where they lost to the Spurs in the NBA Finals. And it feels really good to see that after, what, I guess in this series it'd be like 23 years or something. But that is huge. Season number 3, we are going to the NBA Finals. And that's huge for us. Look at this. Colin Sexton lifting that Eastern Conference Champion trophy. And that is going to be big. We'll see who will play in a second. Colin Sexton had 28 points in this closeout game. 27 in just 21 minutes for Carter Galt. Possibly a star in the making. 21 for Obi Toppin. 14 for Kira Lewis. He had 7 assists as well. 10 points, 7 boards for Zach LaVine, but we didn't need him in this one. Juice Manley had 9 points. Brooks with 6. Coleco, 2 points, 3 boards. He hasn't really been playing all that well in the playoffs. We'll see what we'll do with him in the finals. Reese Mills had 24. He did lead the way for them. 16 for Middleton and Kabengele. And Holiday had 14 points. McLeod had 12, and Drummond had 11, but only 8 boards for him. Usually, he's at a double-double when this team's at its finest. So it will be the Pelicans who won a 7-game series against the number 2 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves. So it was the top 4 seeds in the playoffs going up against each other, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 2. Both ones take out both twos, and we will face Zion Williams for an opportunity to win the NBA championship in this series. So that is huge. Again, guys, I've seen a lot of dips in views on a lot of series on this channel, so I'm thinking about completely revamping the channel. If you want this series to not go away, you've got to support it the best you possibly can, dropping likes, sharing the video all over the place, dropping a ton of comments when the video comes out. All of that is an engagement in YouTube's eyes, and then YouTube sees it as a video that people really like, and then they go out and they push that video. It's that simple. Honestly, the more you guys interact with me, the more you interact with the video, the better the videos are going to perform, and quite frankly, the series hasn't been performing that well. And again, I've been thinking about revamping the channel. So if you want to see this thing stick around, even after we win or don't win the NBA championship, make sure you guys are supporting. I appreciate all that you guys do. Again, the support that I'm talking about is completely free of monetary gain. So make sure you guys are helping out if you want to see it stick around, and click right here to see some more franchise.